welcome to our program of today. It's another edition on our World with Rhealyz Africa on Futa 93.1 FM. And today's, it's a very special edition on our world because it's the girls advocate on this one. And trust me, you'll be having a nice time with us. Hi, I'm Ezine Onuize, and I'll be your host. Of course, I'm not here alone. First, I'm with Toluwani. Toluwani, how are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you. And I'm so excited to be on the right now with you because we have a very special edition presented by Rhealyz Africa Girls Advocate. And we are going to be taking a host that is treating vital issues based on GBV and rape and
what's happening in our society,
things like that. We're also not alone in the studio as we have Emiola here with us. Emiola, how are things going?
I'm doing well, thank you. Today, just like Toluwani said, we will be having a special edition. The program today will be about the girl child and the environment. Isn't it? It's very saddening how unsafe the society is for the girl child. Every day we hear news of girls being raped, abused, and assaulted, not only by strangers, but even by family, friends, and relatives.
Yeah.
Imagine, just last year in Osun State, the Guardian News reported a 68-year-old man that raped a 10-year-old girl. Imagine the age gap. Toluwani, I wonder what will become of us if everything keeps going like this. Like, at this pace, we will be creating a kind of society whereby a teenage girl will be afraid of walking down the streets, all because of the fear of being harassed.
That's why we keep encouraging girls in silence to speak up. And also the reason why we'll be featuring a gender-based violence survivor in our today's edition. But for now, we'll be going on a musical break, after which we'll be back with our wonderful guests.
American lady, it doesn't matter where you're from, you're a small lady. Asian baby, Australian sissy. Time has come.
Follow your script. You can just look briefly and then go.
Oh yeah, it's in you, it's in you. The power to win is in you. It's in you. If you make it out, oh, the power to win is in you. You can do it. Oh, 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 you've got the magic. I see it in your eyes. You've got ability to create what you want to see, yeah. If only you can make that move. If only you can try to do what is waiting on you. Do what is counting on you. Yeah.
Get ready to grow. Get ready to prosper. Get ready to blow. Get ready to make high. If life is a battlefield, then you are a general. If you see it, you can do it. Just believe it. Woo!
It's in you. The power to win is in you. It's in you. If you make it job, oh, the power to win is in you. You can do it. Oh, you can do it. Oh, you can do it. Oh, you can do it. Oh. a relaxing quick Iroko. Oh, you are straight inside of you like Iroko. Show me your logo. I'm a logo. Everybody got some glory in there.
You can face that if you unleash in you all the blessings that is in
It's in you. If you make that job, oh, the power to win is in you. It's in you. It's in you. The power to win is in you. It's in you. If you make that job, oh, the power to win is in you. You can do it. Oh, greatness is in you. Power is in you. Power is in you. It's in you. It's in you. The power to win is in you. It's in you. It's in you. The power to win, it's in you.
Welcome back from the break. Shout out to all the girls out there. I want to remind you that the power to win is in you. You can do whatever you want to do. If you put your mind to it, you'll get it and you'll get there. In case you're just tuning in, this is still our world with Rhealyz Africa. And this is still our world with Rhealyz Africa 93.1 FM. We have with us our guest, popularly known as Chef Topher. Ma, can you please tell us about yourself?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Benedicta Christopher, but I'm a chef, I'm a writer, so yes, that's where Chef Topher comes in.
Okay, Chef Topher. Chef Topher, would you like to tell us your story so the audience can hear from you, as you're in the best position to do this?
Okay, all right. So it started when I was 4 years old, and the man in question was my neighbor. He was, let's say, around 24, 25 years old, as at the time I was 4 years. So it started from little touches, chest grabbing and all, because I was still little. So yeah. Then it continued like that until continued like that until when I started having like little lumps on my chest, and he would call and like, I want to send you on an errand, you know, this rubbish these guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then when I go, I find out that there was no errand.
It's a lie.
Yes, it was just like something to lure me.
Cover up.
Yeah, and so from the time let's start from when the pictures were very, very clear. There was this day I was watching at the back, because it was somewhere around Sule or really Lagos. So it was the house was not a private house. It was more like a public house. So yeah, so you virtually have to do most of the stuff outside when it comes to washing your clothes, washing your plates, having your bait as kids. We always do that at the back of the house. So and then when you go to the back of the house, that's the area their own house is. Yeah, so it's more like a conjoined building. Yeah, his own was facing us, ours was backing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was how the setup was. So I was watching that day, and he just came, like I should come and buy something for him. And growing up in my hood, you would not want to be known as a child that does not go on errand for
Yeah.
because everybody will be looking at you like,
The
The
bad
spoiled
who
guys.
ones.
trained you? Who
Yeah.
trained this one? Like, they're calling you to come and go for message and you're not going. So I went. There was this fear in me because for every time I saw him, I was scared. I was, there's this fear that comes instantly. So he just said I should go inside. I went inside. There was nobody in the house. There was light. So he put on music, all this olden days speaker, and or when they put it,
Very loud.
you'll be at Futa Junction. You hear the music.
Oh.
So he increased it and he told me to lie down. I did. I was crying. I was muttering. I was like, please. I was like saying it under my breath, like, but he wasn't hearing any of it. So he just like went in with his fingers in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I was screaming, but then there was music, so who was going to hear?
Yeah.
So after that, when he was done, he told me, as usual, if you tell anybody, I'll kill you. So I just walked back in pains back to my clothes. So I think one time I told my sister that see what's going on. She didn't believe because the thing is there was no physical scar on my body.
Nothing
Okay.
to
There
show.
was no evidence like somebody was doing anything. And then people will say, there's this thing they say, not be every girl body be the same. Some persons can start growing breasts from like 9, some persons from like 10, 12, 13. So I think she had that mindset of you're a lady, so anytime. And so she like snoozed it, and that was it. Because I didn't now have the courage to tell anybody again, because the one person I felt I could tell did not believe. So who else do I want to tell?
Yeah.
So it kept on, like, most times if I see him, there's this fear that comes. Sometimes I might just hear his name, or maybe somebody might just call his name. These public houses where they'll be calling somebody in another room. You be in your room, you hear it.
Yes.
So someone will just call it. There's this fear that comes in instantly, like, whoa.
Okay.
So I think one time, one night like that, because growing up I was a Catholic. So okay, here's how it happened. My mom was transferred to Abuja when I was little, like very little. So before people will say, where was your mom? And now my dad works with a construction company. So before I wake up in the morning, my dad had gone to the office. By the time he's coming back, I and my brother were going to Block Rosary. There's this thing we have for kids, then it's Catholic kids. So, and by the time we are coming back by 9 p.m., my dad would have already slept.
Okay.
You get, so my mom was not even in the picture as at the
Not
time.
around.
Yeah.
So so there was this night I got back from Block Rosary, and my brother had already gone to have his beat. So my sister was like, oh yeah, you go and bath. So I went to the back. Then I was like, I think I've already entered just 2. Yeah, I think I was like 11 then. Yes, I was 11, I wasn't just 2 then. So I did not know how he knew I was the one. But for every time he always comes he knows when there's nobody in my house. He knows when my sister goes to school. He just knows the time to come when I'm alone.
Okay.
Or when probably I'm playing and there's no adult around. Yeah, so more like he stalks my every move.
Plans everything.
Yeah, so that night I went to the back to bed, and I was already like 11, so like I go bath inside bathroom. So I opened the bathroom door, I went in, I put my water, turning to want to close the door, and he was there standing. He just said, come out.
What did you do?
I came out. He closed the door, and then he said, open your mouth. I opened my mouth, and he put his put his manhood in my mouth, and with his hand, he was just pushing my head back and forth, 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 till he ejaculated in my mouth and asked me to swallow it. Yeah, so I think I hesitated for a while because there was this funny taste. Yeah. So he told me, swallow it and open your mouth. More like he want to confirm that I swallowed it. So I had to. And I opened my mouth. When he said I swallowed it, he just left. I went inside the bedroom. I used soap to wash my tongue.
Oh,
No, it wasn't something that you laugh about. It's at that point I didn't even know what I swallowed. I learned about what I swallowed when I was doing biology in school.
yes,
And it messed with my head. It messed with my head. Like at that point I didn't know what I swallowed, and so there was this funny thing it left my tongue. So I think after that day, there was one other time. I was home. My sister was preparing to go to school, so he came to the house. He wasn't hoping to see my sister, but when he saw her, he went with, IJ, I beg, say if you send your sister a message. He told her that somebody was bringing a parcel for his mom, and he didn't want to leave the house since he was the only one. So my sister was like, okay, I should follow him. I was doing, I don't understand. Come on, I should go, Joe. That's space. You want to go to school. So I should quickly go for the errand, then come and stay in the house.
okay.
So I went to the house. I went to his house, and he was like, so I didn't want to come before Abby. So he took me to the room. I think that's like his parents' room because nobody was in the house. I think that was like his parents' room. He took me there, took me to lie down on the bed. I did, and he brought out a rope. He tied me to the four sides of the bed, and he just went on and on until he was done.
Oh my God.
And then he said, still don't tell anybody. So I was walking to the door when I tripped and fell, because at that point in my head, I'm like, why you tying me? Why are you tying me? Like, I was struggling to, like, at that point when he tied me, I was struggling to, free myself, but it didn't work out. So he just carried me, and as we were going, my sister was coming. He told my sister that, as I was returning from the errand, I tripped and fell.
Wow.
Tripped and fell. All right. So he took me to the house, laid me on the chair. My sister left for school. I just lay down there. I was crying. So I think some months later, I lost my brother. So when my brother died, my mom came from Abuja. I think 3 days after my brother's death, I had a surgery. I was diagnosed with pneumonia too, alongside the surgery and all of those things. So after the surgery, when I left the hospital, my mom said she was not going to allow me stay back in Lagos, that she was going to take me away, so I do not always have to deal with the environment. I do not always have to remember that I lost my brother. But to me, I felt she was doing me a huge favor because you get, like, you're taking me away from a whole lot that is not even about. It's not even about my brother's death right now. This one is even bigger. So when we left for Abuja, that was when everything started. Like, I started understanding what he did. I started understanding the gravity of what he did to me, starting from when I had a very flat chest, to everything, all the words he was saying, what he made me do, what he made me swallow, and everything. So it messed with my head, and but I think my mom moving me away from that environment was like the biggest.
Very cool.
Yes, the biggest miracle that happened to me. Because after that time, my elder sister got married in 2011, and when we got back, then I was already rounding up with school. So when we got to Lagos for the wedding and all, I think one evening I was going to the back to get something and he was coming. Yeah. So at that time, I was already a tomboy. I was ready to break his head at that point because, yes, I don't get crazy, my dear. So he said, you don't big or you don't fine. Next thing that came out of my head was, yeah, Yawiri. That was the next thing that came to my head. And he looked at me with
surprise.
Yes, like, is it not this girl that used to do whatever? And so he was coming to want to grab myself. If you touch me, I will kill you. At that point, he just turned back and I went to where I was going to.
Okay.
I felt strong when I did that because where did the strength come from? But find happiness, that nothing else in the world matters. And I told him that's probably when I write. And then he said, okay, start writing. Start writing about it. And I said, what if I write and nobody like can relate and all? He said, if we have 50 billion people in this life, 10 might actually relate. And I'm like, okay, I can do with 10 because, yeah. So that's actually what prompted me to, start. Right. Yeah. Okay, then. Now, okay, let's imagine that an abuser is listening to us right now, like a pedophile is listening to us right now. What will you tell them?
Hmm.
If a pedophile is listening, one question I've always wanted to ask is, what is the joy in abusing somebody that
Very innocent.
somebody that has nothing? There's no best, there's no nothing. So what's the attraction? What's the excitement? What is the thrill?
What's the drive?
What like what? And at the end of the day, the few I've seen, the next thing they'll tell you is Eshuni. I don't know when I did. No, you knew when you did it. But I feel people like that always want to
Great excuses.
be in control. It's not always right to be in control. Yeah. So my question is like, why what is the push? What is the brain behind you wanting to abuse kids, children, when you have people that are of your age you can actually grow with? And if you feel okay, some people or some persons might not want to go with you because of maybe your status or whatever, there are call girls you can actually pay that does not actually give 2 cents about your background or whatever, and do what you
Just
want
get
to
their
do, and
money
you're
and they're out.
good. So why kids,
Yeah. So when you realized the gravity of what he did to you, like how did you feel? What effect did it have on your social life, your academic life, your relation with people generally?
um okay. So the first time we did biology in school. So no, it was not even the first time we did about the human body. Yeah. So I think the biology teacher was very explicit. He was detailed. He was explaining everything to us, like, and in that explanation in class, I was lost. I went back to that night and I was trying to imagine everything. So now here's what I did. After class, I went to meet my biology teacher. I was like, "Sir, is it healthy to swallow this?" And then he looked at me like, "What kind of?" I said, "Sir, don't I just is it healthy?" He now said,
Just
"No,
answer.
that it is not healthy to swallow it." And then he started giving reasons of there might be infections, there might be this, there might be that, and blah blah blah, and plenty. And then I went back and like, okay. Like, okay. My like, okay. I think I was just doing okay for a very long time. Yeah. And I started noticing that I do not like people touching me. Don't touch me. If you want to have a conversation with me, talk. Don't. Some persons are having conversations with you and you talk
Touchy.
to gets to the point that they want to talk. Don't touch me. Just be talking. I can hear. Talk. Just talk. Don't touch me. And while you're walking on the street, you see all these guys on the road or these people selling. They want to touch you. Sister, come on. Don't touch me. If I am not the one willing, or if I'm not the one going to meet you, giving you my hand or trying to get your hand or wanting to hug you, or don't touch me. Don't, because I have panic attacks and I'm always like, I have this anxiety when somebody wants to touch me. Like there's this, my heart just flips out and I'm like, why you won't touch me? So there's always this fear when someone wants to touch me, and I don't like it.
What would you say was like the greatest aftermath of the experience?
I didn't get that.
Like, what was the greatest outcome, the greatest thing you had to overcome that was caused by that experience?
What I had to overcome. Okay. I think I think there are a lot, but it was the thought of saying women are weak. I said I always have that in mind, yeah.
Yes.
So it got to a point and I said no. If I were weak, I wouldn't have stood up to him that time I did. If I were weak, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am. If I were weak, I wouldn't have done. So yes, coming back to say that I am strong, I can overcome whatever if I can, put this behind me and strive to do the things that I love to do. Yes, that's it for me.
Okay.
Okay, Chef Topher. Right now, guys, we'll be going on a musical break and then we'll be back right in the studio to continue.
Realize Africa again.
I'm a little girl, I'm a little boy. Don't you touch me, I have a future ahead of me. Prosper my destiny. Leave me alone. My time, don't touch it. My time, don't touch it. Private part, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. My number, don't touch it. Daddy, don't touch it. My mommy, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Are you passionate about using your media skills to end gender-based violence? Do you know that 1 in 3 women globally experience violence? Do you know that according to the UNFPA, 4.16 million girls and women around the world are at risk of female genital mutilation? These and many more are some of the challenges facing us as a society. It is therefore important that we rise to make a positive impact in tackling these challenges. This is what we believe in at Rhealyz Africa, and this is what we stand for. If you are interested in joining our media team to campaign against these challenges, then come and raise your voice with us. Do reach out to us via 081 33 11 0479. 081 33 11 0479. And you can also reach out to us on social media via at Do It Right RGN. Rhealyz Africa. Know it, loud it.
Oya Akure, link up. The program is Our World, a package of Rhealyz Nigeria on Futa 93.1 FM. 1 p.m. on Saturdays. It's about time. Oya, come express your mind.
Rhealyz Nigeria. We can do it right.
I am blessed. I am blessed. When say they cut the can, but in you they give go. Don't say they help again, believe I ain't been shoot down. Female genital mutilation, if they leave women in a bad condition, you don't get any health benefit to Rhealyz Africa. It's a bad listen, no they cut our girls again, no they cut our girls again, no it's a bad. No, they cut our girls again. We did beg you. Hey, send up to FGM. No, they violate the human rights of the girl. Send up to FGM. I light up when you say you want to help the girl. Send up to FGM. No, they rob women of their right to life. Send up to FGM. I beg you, no, they mess with their future.
This message is from Rhealyz Africa and the Global Media Campaign to End FGM.
Yeah, see, one moment, she's a fine girl. Before we know, she's already 85 girl. That poor boy, you say you want help. We take him down to a corner, you dey molest him because nobody's watching. Every human being is just like you. I never have to become victims. And my voice is the bitter truth to let you know that you won't go free. Because when you rape somebody, sooner or later, you will pay for it. Sooner or later, you're gonna pay for it. Sooner or later, oh. Sooner or later, yeah. Sooner or later, you will pay for it, yeah. Sooner or later, yeah. You will pay for it. Sooner or later, yeah. Sooner or later.
The world which Rhealyz Africa on Futon. Welcome back to the program. It's still Our World with Rhealyz Africa on Futa 93.1 FM. And here we have Chef Topher telling us about her experience. She is a gender-based violence survivor and she's doing well now. Thank you for following us. Thank you for joining us on this. And thank you for your comments. And in case you want to call in, you can call on 08064523344. 08064523344. Or you call 08164084381. 08164084381. Thank you. So we'll be going on with Chef Topher. Chef Topher, are you good?
Fine.
Okay. So now let's talk about healing.
Okay.
Yeah. How long was your healing process?
I will not say that I am done.
Okay.
Yeah, because every day is a healing process for me. And then when you hear people talk about a 54-year-old man abusing a 2-year-old kid, it takes you back. And then you're starting afresh to want to heal. So it's not something you heal from, say, no. I started writing in 2019. Yeah.
Of recent.
Yes. So I started writing in 2019. And from 2019 to date, I would not say that I have healed completely. It's a process. Yeah. So, yeah. For every day that I am closer to my dreams, for every day that I am closer to my career, I say that it's a healing process for me. So
Okay.
we're not done healing from stuff like this in a jiffy, so it takes time.
Oh, so you say your healing process really started when you started writing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the greatest challenge during this period? I mean, since then, what's your greatest challenge in healing?
Okay, it probably should be when I started writing. I had people.
All right. Let's take this call. Hello. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Who are you and where are you calling from?
My name is Freedom Media. I'm calling from Maule.
Sorry, can you take that again?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon. I want to ask Mrs. Topher some questions.
Okay, you want to ask
Okay.
Miss Topher a question? She can hear you.
One, how do you break games, which is a pandemic affecting a lot of women who are victims of rape and abuse in society? If people believe them.
Sorry, I did not get your question.
How do you see the blame game, which is now a pandemic, affecting a lot of women who are victims of rape and abuse in society because people fail to believe them?
Okay. The blame game, it is something that we cannot completely take out of the picture because yes, it happened to me. So everybody will not believe you because most of them have, or rather do not know how to, or rather they've not experienced that kind of pain, so they cannot relate to it. And even if they try, they cannot because it's not something they've been through. So it's easy for somebody that has not been through a certain type of pain to want to tell you that, oh, now your fault, it no happen. Yeah. But I want you to look on the brighter side. I want you to focus on the people that can relate with your story. I want you to push forth with them, because if you keep looking at the people that blame you and all, you will not pick yourself up. The blame game is something that happens, will continue to happen. Yeah, but do not give them 1% of your energy, because as the society we are, it's something that happens every time they see it, but because they refuse to believe, it's not your fault. So try and focus on the positive, try and focus on healing and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my second question. The experience that you had, what impact did it have on you and how were you able to overcome it?
Okay, what impact did it have on me? It made me to channel my inner Shakespeare. Yes, because I had to escape through writing. Yeah, I had to escape through writing, and I had to focus on other skill that I liked. I grew, I learned more, I became a better person. Yeah, you don't stop improving yourself because of what has happened to you or because of the abuse that was meted out on you. You do not stop being yourself. You do not stop growing. You do not stop wanting to be better. So yes, that's actually my escape route.
Thank you, ma. Have a nice day, ma.
Thank you for calling in.
Okay, Chef Topher, like we were saying, what's the greatest challenge during your healing, during the process?
Okay, the greatest challenge was when I started writing initially, and then some persons were like, because I remember one of my friends then, John, he had to.
Sorry, I have to go.
Okay, there's a call coming. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, are you there?
Sorry,
Okay, I think we lost that call.
okay.
So I was saying that there's this friend of mine, John. He helped me to create a blog for me. So it was like, when you write, always put it out there. And then he came back one day and said, "Why do you always write sad stuff?" Yeah, because when I started writing, it was, if you don't have the heart, you cannot read what I write. And sometimes some people will say, they write about love. And I always tell them, I've not experienced love. I cannot write what I have not experienced. Yeah, so they're always about, you're always writing painful things. You're always writing about, like, why? And I'm like, I can only write what I relate with. Yeah, what I can relate with. Yeah. When I start feeling loved, I will start writing about love. But for now, let me write with this one. And for every time I write, I feel there's like little drops of burden falling off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what role would you say the society played in your healing process?
What role did my society play? Okay. I had people that, to my own amazement. Oh, we have a call coming.
Another caller.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Akure.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Adeni Adewenimo.
Okay, I can hear you.
My aunt asked now, how did you feel when your sister didn't believe your report?
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, I felt bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I said I felt bad when my sister didn't believe.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks, ma'am.
Alright, thank you for calling.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, on that question, did it affect your relationship with her in any way? Like, did you stop talking to her or stop
my
trusting
sister?
her? Yeah.
No, she kept being my sister, but she was that sister that, in a family you have a sister that you always meet with, that you like more. So it's not because of what happened, but she was not just that sister, probably because she was too hard on us. Yeah, but now we are seeing the reason why she was hard. Yeah, but I felt she was like extremely hard on us. But it was just because she was hard, though. Like, she'll tell you, if I'm going back on squad, I have not watched play, that will beat you. If she catch you, she will beat you. So it was on those levels that I didn't really, really like her. But say because she didn't believe, no, she didn't stop being my sister. It didn't stop me from liking her, loving her as my sister and all. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so your other question, yeah? Yes, I had people that when I write stuff, I had a few friends that would take it out, probably put it on the WhatsApp status, put it on Twitter and stuff, and then they screenshot feedbacks and then they send it to me. Yeah. And it was delightful to see because it told me that, oh babe, you're not alone. There are 1,000,001 people that
Supporting you.
yes, like okay, thank you for doing this, thank you for coming out, thank you for writing. So yeah, there was this piece I wrote, not everything I write. So that piece, I think that was the 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 poem that broke me out, that took me out open. Like that was the piece that took me out because I had a friend in Cyprus then that we were schooling in Cyprus that he would always like check out my. So when he put out that one on his WhatsApp status, he kept sending me screenshots of people, and most of them were white. So I was like, wow, okay. So yes, that was how my society affected my healing process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a lot of like survivors of GBV out there. What advice can you give to them? Like especially to those that have survived it and they are even now still living with the guilt of being victims.
Yeah, okay. I would not derail. I'll still use myself as an example. Yeah. First thing I'll tell you is it is not your fault. Second thing I'll tell you is do not wallow in the pain, do not wallow in the fear. The third thing I'll say to you is look for something that look for something that makes you happy and invest in it. Build yourself. Be you a lady, be you a guy, because this thing happens both genders. So do not allow this limit you. Do not allow it make you feel less of yourself.
Okay, we have another call.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Omabonike from Akure.
Okay.
So I just want to say, Christopher, I really like your confidence. I like the fact that you are strong, you are brave, you're courageous to even share your story to girls out there through writing. And I really love your work. I really love you, Christopher, because I'm sure it didn't take too much. It took too much for you to be able to reach out to people and also.
We lost it.
But yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Those words really means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
It couldn't have been easy coming out with all that, coming out with all that pain, and every time you say it, you have the memories coming back again.
Okay.
Okay, Ma, I just want to tell you that thank you so much for coming out. Like, there are a lot of girls out there that were just waiting to hear this. A lot of girls out there that are hesitant to come out. I did like they are like, will people believe me? You know, there are a lot of people out there. She's not after all, she's not the only survivor. There are a lot of victims out there, but they don't want to come out because they feel like, will people believe me? So I think this will be like a thing that will make them be like, okay, fine. So far she's doing this, they will also be able to do it. Or what do you think, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel the same. You know, Alexa once said that you're not a victim for sharing your story.
Exactly.
You are a survivor, setting the world on fire with your truth. And you never know who needs your light, your warmth, and raging courage. I just feel what you've done would make some other girls in this same position, in these shoes, to come out. At least they can see someone who can relate with them, and they will speak up.
Yeah, it's make the society kind of safer. Exactly.
So, Chef Topher, thank you so much. Thank you for
sharing
being
your
strong.
story. Thank you
for being you.
We also thank Rhealyz Africa for giving us the opportunity to be on this show, for meeting with Chef Topher, sharing her experience with us and how she has gone through all that, and she's still living a good life now. Yes. So she didn't let her pain to define her. Thank you so much.
Shout out to all our callers and all our listeners and to everybody that's been with us throughout this whole program. We thank you. We really appreciate you and we love you. Stay tuned in.
All right, now we're taking some of our comments online. From Oluwaferomi Omolade, she said, please, I beg, stop abusing our girls. Stop it. Every day is a healing process. That's from Chibwe Gift in the BC. Then Mayowa Horum Bear said, Chef Topher and the ladies in the studio, kudos. Thank you. This conversation is truly sensitive and equally the reality of the society. Thank you. Oluwaferomi Omolade says, thank you so much, Chef Topher, for sharing your story. We love you.
Thank you. We love you too. I love you too. And I want to say this. It's not going to be easy. I'm talking to people that have actually yes, girls that have let's start with girls that have passed through. It's not going to be easy to heal. It's not going to be easy to, but I want you to find strength from me. I want you to draw strength from me rather, and look for something that is going to, be an escape route for you. And for those that is going through it, I want you to speak up. I want you to look for somebody you trust, somebody you feel comfortable with, and tell it. Do not keep it inside of you, and do not let the fear define you. Do not let the pain define you. Just kick ass, please, and do you. Always do you.
Well, personally, I think this has been a very enlightening session. Yola, what do you think? What's your take?
Okay, then, just like she said, girls, don't be shy. Speak up. Like Sorosuke is the new order of the day. Nobody is keeping quiet anymore. Nobody will listen to you if you keep quiet. Do you understand? Like, the word, like just like this singer said, nobody will listen. Like everybody is busy with their own thing.
Yeah.
So unless you come out, unless you say something, people will not hear, and people are ready to listen to you. Like you cannot imagine how many people will stand up and take up your case if you just come out.
Yeah,
exactly. There are a lot of people out there that are willing to listen to you
and are ready to support you.
Exactly, they are ready to support you. The social media is there. Just post it.
So do not be ashamed of your story. It will definitely inspire others. All right. Thank you for joining us on today's program. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, Chef Topher, for being with us. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for inspiring other girls out there. We really had a nice time with you.
Thanks also to Rhealyz Africa for having this program, for helping girls to also like come out
here and talk,
giving them
the confidence,
giving them someone that has been through this, so that they could be like, oh wow, I'm not the only one out there who has this, and I have the strength, I have the ability to come out of this and actually still make something of myself. You don't leave your dreams left, like don't just leave them behind simply because of that experience. And also, if you have a friend or you know someone that might possibly be going through this, if you see something, please say something. You don't know who you are helping.
Exactly.
You don't know who
Yes,
you don't know who you're going to save. You don't know what life or destiny you're protecting by saying something.
All right. So at this point, we'll be going now. We'll see you next time. Same station, same time. Thank you. Bye.
Rhealyz Africa again.
I'm a little girl, I'm a little boy. Don't you touch me, don't you find me, don't you I am not your toy. Don't you rubbish, don't you touch it, 'cause I have a future ahead of me. Prosper my destiny, leave me alone. My side, don't touch it. My side, don't touch it. 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 Don't touch it.